So for the last several weeks, I've been putting this laptop through its paces because, well, it's a laptop built for durability, ruggedness. This is the Acer Enduro N3 Urban, and this is a laptop that is not only good for outdoor enthusiasts and people who work outside of the office and travel a lot, but for stay-at-home full-time parents like myself who have kids and pets that like to knock stuff over and break things. This can endure, hence the name Enduro, just like I can endure. And in this video, we're going to talk about all the amazing features that come with this laptop and more. Let's go ahead and get into it.
This wasn't written with your comfort in mind. Nah. Made my decision, wasn't tough to decide. Nah. Me and my boys, we get it done every time. Gotta earn it, you can't just jump in the line. You'll get rushed to the side. I top my division, I've been building since I started. In the parking lot, I parked it. I came in while picking targets. My career cannot be tarnished. I'm a champion regardless. Celebrate, but this a different kind of lucha party. We are not alike.
Before I kick this video off, I want to give a huge shout out to Acer for sending over this laptop for review. Now, this one did take me a little bit longer to do the review, and mainly because it's a rugged laptop. It's built for durability, and yeah, I could do a spec breakdown and, you know, performance and everything like that, just like every other laptop I've covered. But I also really want to showcase using this laptop not just in my house, but outside, you know, me going out to Ala Moana Beach Park with my daughter and trying to get work done while also, you know, enjoying the scenery because I'm here in Hawaii. And also, just because I have kids, having pets and having children, sometimes you kind of worry about your, you know, especially if you've got electronics because, hey, kids and animals tend to break things. But this endures. Even though, the name's Enduro, but yeah, it endures. And in this video, we're going to talk about the performance, the durability, the fact that this is water resistant. It's not waterproof. It is water resistant. It does have capability of expelling water that gets entrapped in it. Plus, the ports are dust resistant because they're literally flaps that go in and they keep this thing secured. So we're going to talk about all that and more. Before we do all that, make sure you sub to the channel, ding the notification bell, that way you stay up to date on all the latest and greatest content that comes from this channel. And if you want to support the content that we do, make sure you head on over to patreon.com/Mekel Kasanova or head on over and become a channel member today. That way you can get early and exclusive access, behind the scenes, and input on upcoming content. And aside from all that, if you want to pick up this laptop, I will have links in the description below so you can go ahead and get it. Now, with all that being said, let's go ahead and dive into this laptop, the Acer Enduro N3 Urban. Coming in at about 4.8 pounds, the Enduro Urban N3 is the laptop you want to be using if you're on the go. Say you're working in IT or you're out in the field, or you like to hike and, you know, you just want to work on stuff. You want to do some photo editing, some video editing. This is the laptop that you're going to want to take with you because not only is it engineered to be resistant to drops, it's also engineered to be resistant to water. It's got an IP53 certification, with it being able to maintain a thin and light frame at just about 21.95 millimeters or 0.86 inches, and it comes with shock absorbing bumpers on each corner, with not only the speakers and buttons but also the I/O ports being water resistant that work in conjunction with the aqua fan that's built in it to drain out and expel any water that enters the device. If we talk about the internals, this is powered with an 11th gen Intel Core i7 1165G7 processor, along with 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM, an Iris Xe graphics card, and a 1 terabyte SSD, which allows you to pretty much do whatever you need to do. Like I said, it's good for some light gaming, video editing, photo editing, productivity work, browsing the web, emails, and the like. So almost anything you can throw at this, it can maintain and handle. If you're looking at gaming, I would just say, like, this is, you know, I would look towards a gaming laptop and not this, because if you're trying to run Cyberpunk 2077 at 4K or 1440p at 60 frames per second or higher than that, yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, I don't even know if you can run that on medium or low settings, because that's a very unoptimized and very intensive game. So that might be a little bit difficult to play on this computer. Screen resolution is roughly at about 14 inches with a FHD display, 450 nits of brightness. Now let's talk about some of the I/O on this computer. You've got 3 USB 3.2 ports along with a Thunderbolt 4 port, which can also double as USB Type-C. It also has a MMC or SD card reader. You've also got an HDMI out, which is an HDMI 2.0, along with an auxiliary input or headphone input if you want to, listen to music. Now, it also comes with a Kensington lock, allowing you to be able to protect and, safeguard your laptop you purchase. You don't want people just up and running away with it. So if you use the Kensington lock, hey, unless they got some wire cutters, they're not going to be able to get away with it. Now, I will say what I'm very impressed with is the battery life on this device. It's got a 13-hour battery life, so from full charge to full usage. With doing some productivity and some photo editing, along with web browsing and, checking some emails here and there, nothing too strenuous, you can maintain that 13-hour battery life. Now, say you start to do something a little bit more intensive, you want to do some video editing, or you want to start playing, maybe some light games, some games that aren't really, taxing on the computer, then you're probably going to knock another maybe 3 or 4 hours off that battery life, and it still runs really good. Now, if you're gaming completely, if that's all you're going to be doing, of course, that battery is not going to last more than maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours tops, because that's with any laptop. You're not necessarily going to be able to maintain that battery when you're gaming. So with this being such a rugged laptop, you're probably wondering, all right, so what all can I essentially do with this? I mean, it's got the bumpers, it's water resistant, it's drop resistant, it's got the military standard for the IP53 certification, Aquafan to expel water. So, who is this targeted towards? Well, it's targeted towards people who, like to travel a lot, those who work outside of the office, and those who like to hike, the outdoor enthusiasts and such. So aside from this being targeted towards the outdoor enthusiasts and those who like to work outside of the office, and travel a lot, this is also a great laptop for parents. Now, I really, as a father myself to a 1-year-old who likes to throw things and drop her water bottle and do all that fun things that toddlers do, this is a godsend of a laptop that allows me to not have to worry about, my investment's going to be destroyed because of the durability of it. Like the instances of where she's knocked this off the table or she spilled water on it, I've not had to worry about damage towards this device because it really is a tough SOB. Yes, I said SOB. It's not even it's an inanimate object that's a tough SOB, but hey, it is what it is. It's very child-proof. So if you're a parent who has children running around, or if you got pets, I also have pets. I have cats that run around and knock things over as well. This is the laptop that will go the distance with you. If you can endure, it can endure as well. Now, you're probably wondering how the touchpad and the keyboard feels on this laptop, and I'll say that one of the things I kind of found is the touchpad does feel a little sensitive. Sometimes it's, overly sensitive, like when I'm just gesturing or if I'm trying to move around, it can either overshoot or sometimes it can come off a little sluggish. And as far as the keys are perfectly fine for typing, although they are very shallow and the travel distance is not that great on them. So do keep that in mind as well. Now, this does have a webcam and a built-in microphone, which I will allow you to hear and see what this sounds like yourself. So that way you'll get an idea for it. Okay, so you're probably wondering, is this a good camera for doing Skype calls and conferences? You see the quality yourself. This is a 720p 30 frames per second camera. It can go to 480p, also at 30 frames per second, and all the way down to 360p at 30 frames per second. It can't do 60 frames per second. It can't do 1080. It's serviceable, I will say that. I don't know if this would be something honestly, when it comes to the laptops, it's kind of a crapshoot whether or not the built-in webcam is going to be good. So if anything, maybe invest in an external webcam. And also the microphone. I mean, the microphone, it's that's some bad quality. Oh, I mean, the camera, what it's doing right now, that's pretty bad. But as far as the the microphone quality. You're hearing it yourself, and again, it does the job. But I would honestly just recommend you go out and get a microphone, a USB mic, as well as a webcam. Because personally, for me, I would not use this for Skype calls or podcasts or video conferences. But your needs might be different. You never know. Now, I do want to talk about some of the things that I don't like about this laptop. There are many things I do like about it. There are many that I don't. And the things I don't like about this is the fact that the trackpad and the keys are not the greatest. I know I kind of touched over the a little bit lightly earlier in the review, but I'm not really the biggest fan of the trackpad. It's either overly sensitive or it's not sensitive enough. So it's kind of a hit and miss. It's not the best trackpad I've ever used on a laptop. And the keys, they're very shallow chiclet keys. So like the travel is not that great. I'm prone to typing without looking, but sometimes I'll miss a key because either the keys are too squished in and compacted together, or they're just, everything kind of feels the same. And I know it's kind of a silly complaint, but I'm so used to using, really good keys like on the Predator line of laptops and the other Acer laptops that I've reviewed. They've been really good. So this is a bit of a letdown. And the same thing with the trackpad. The other thing I don't like about this, and I think could be improved with a future revision, because yes, this is an IPS display with 450 nits. The disadvantage of this is when you're outdoors. Like, this is a laptop built for people who are going to be outside, who are going to be traveling, who are going to be out and about. And the minute direct sunlight hits the screen, it's not that visible. Also, if you're in a very bright outdoor environment, it's going to be kind of hard to see. So this works in its benefit when it's, you're indoors or it's not that bright, or like say you're outside and it's at night, or it's like, the sun's going down. It works best for you. But when you're out during like peak brightness, or like I'm out at the beach, I went to Ala Moana Beach Park with my daughter. It's a little difficult to see. Well, no, it's not a little. It's a lot difficult to see. And I think that's something that, again, because every laptop gets a revision. The next one, I would like to see you use a different panel, because, yes, this screen and the flex, and, I love how this flexes like a blade. But this screen does not do very well with sunlight. You need to fix that. Not a fan of that. Not a fan of that at all. But to talk about things I do like about this, the water resistance, the drop and shock absorbing nature of this laptop, the durability of it. Also, actually, let me round back. Another thing I don't like about it. This has to be the absolute worst quality webcam and microphone I've heard and seen on a laptop. I don't know why it's so bad, and I understand, again, it's a rugged laptop, but when you've got such beefy specs like this has, come on, at least give me 720p, 60 frames per second, and slightly better audio than what this can do. And also, the audio output on this is, it's not that great. I mean, the speakers, they're okay. Not saying like they're not tinny, but they're not going to, like, if it's loud, you'll hear it to an extent. It's not crazy, but it works. It could be better. I hope it's better in the revision. I keep saying like for the revision because I know there's going to be a revised model of this laptop. And honestly, this laptop could be my daily driver. I do a lot of PC gaming, but I've also got a dedicated gaming laptop and gaming desktop for that. But for the usages of, when I'm with my daughter or I'm traveling around, because I do a lot of traveling around with my daughter, and this could be my daily driver for that. And so if it could just overcome some, not all the limitations and issues that I have with it, but if it could overcome a few of those, this could be the one. Especially with a 13-hour battery life, is insane. So I love the I/O. The I/O ports are really good. I love that it has a memory card reader built into it because, you know, I do utilize DSLR cameras. I've got the Sony a6000 as well as the Sony a6300, and I've also got a Panasonic Lumix G7. A lot of times I carry at least 2 of those cameras around with me to take, you know, photography as well as like do the B-roll footage for my videos. So being able to pull out the memory card from those cameras and place it right in here and just load up Photoshop or load up, you know, Premiere Pro and just get right into working. Amazing. Absolutely love it. I really don't have any other complaints, like, or really anything to praise it for. I think it's a very solid laptop for the price. It's right, and it just, there are things it just could improve upon that I personally feel the next revision is going to just knock out of the park. I tend to ramble. Build quality is really good. This is really solidly built. It does not feel cheap at all, and I like that. I really like that about this. This is very durable. But anyways, enough of my rambling. But all that being said, what do you guys think about the Acer Enduro N3 Urban? Is this a laptop you're considering? Do you like the durability of it? Do you like the fact it's water resistant, dust resistant? You like it has mechanisms in it to, if you do accidentally spill anything on it or it gets wet, that it can expel the water and still work perfectly fine, as well as the upgradability. I know I didn't touch too much on that, but you know, you can upgrade the RAM as well as the storage and such. But the universe, like, this is like a Swiss knife type of laptop. So if, you know, this appeals to you, whatever your thoughts are, let's go ahead and get the conversation going in the comment section below. And with that being said, I want to give a special shout out and thank you again to Acer America for providing the review unit for me to cover. Comment section, let me know what you guys think. If you want to pick this up, I will have links down in the description below. And outside of that, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like the video, sub to the channel if you haven't already, and share it with someone that you think would enjoy it, because, you know, YouTube likes that. And if you like my content, you want to see more of it, you want to see other laptop reviews, tech reviews, then hey, sub to the channel. And if you want to support the content I do, because I am an independent content creator and journalist, then head on over to patreon.com/Mekel Kasanova and become a Patreon today. It gets you behind the scenes and early access to content that I'm working on, as well as input on upcoming content as well. And also, we've got channel memberships here on YouTube, so head on over and become a channel member today. All that being said, I hope you guys have an aloha rest of your day. Again, really enjoyed this laptop, minus the shortcomings. It's a very solid piece of tech. I'm really happy to have had the time to put it through its paces. But all that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next one. I hope you have an aloha rest of your day. And yeah, be safe, wear a mask, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Mahalo for making it to the end of the video. And if you found anything of importance or substance that you gained from watching this, make sure you leave a comment down in the comment section below. If you haven't already, make sure you sub to the channel and ding the notification bell. That way you stay up to date on all the content that you get from my channel, from podcasts, streams, reviews, impressions, reactions, and so much more. If you want to support what we do have channel memberships. We've got Patreon, we've got Subscribestar, as well as coffee, which I would love to be drinking some coffee right now, which I am. That's some good coffee. But anyway, we got all of that, and we also have merch on Teespring and TeePublic, so make sure you go check that out. And all that being said, I just hope to see you in the next video that I put out. So hey, see you around.